Hello, and this is Sir Alexander, shoutcasting for another Starcraft 2 battle report. This is for the RPG.net ladder. This is the RPG.net second tournament is coming up, but aside from the tournament, they are also doing ladder games where players can just challenge one another and gain ladder points and rise to the top of the ladder. The way that this works is when you challenge a person, you trade positions with them if you win and if you lose, because they gain your position if you win, assuming that your position is higher than theirs. So this game is between Moonshadow, who is the green Protoss in the upper left hand position, and myself, who is in the bottom left as the blue Protoss. So this will be a PvP match. I'm not going to spoil the match, but this is my first. This is I believe, the second or third challenge that has the second or third ladder game that has been issued. At this point, At this point, Astar Wolf is the highest ranking player in the ladder, and this is a challenge that I issued to Moonshadow. So we will watch. I will be casting this game just for some fun for the RPG.netters, and so you can, during the tournament, you can watch these games and see each other's strategy. So here he got a great surround of my probe. I thought I was going to get away with putting down a proxy pylon, but he got the surround, so he killed my probe. Down here, I was distracted with my probe, so I got my gateway up far later than his. As you can see, he's got another pylon, 2 gateways up. I've got 1 gateway up, and we'll be putting up my 3rd very soon. I'm pumping up a lot of probes and trying to keep. I was really not playing this match well at all. As you can see, I've got 70 energy. My second gateway is just going down. I've got 245 crystals in the bank. I'm not producing probes. I was just really off of my game today because I just was not playing well. That's all I can say, is that I usually play far better than this. So right now, this is him. He's scouting out. He scouted out both the wrong positions. I actually got another probe into his base, but was able to do some scouting, but not much. I saw that he was getting 1 assimilator in, and that his cybernetics score is just going up, which is fairly important. Until then, I just kept that probe running and running and running until he ran out of Qs, and I forgot to keep him moving. So his probe will finally be scouting out my position, but I will have 1 zealot out. I'm not sure if I get a 2nd zealot out in time. That's 2 zealots. Will they be able to kill him? And no, he makes it in. He's going to see that cybernetic score. And my bad, I did not send another zealot out to kill him. That's usually a good thing. And here I forgot to put 2 guys on the gas. So what I'm doing is a standard 4-gate, chrono boosting that warp gate. I think I'm going to put 2 more gates up, or I might just go to robotics bay. I'm not sure which. Over here on his tech, we can see a forge is going up, so we could see cannons as a defensive measure, or we could see weapons upgrade. No weapons yet, obviously, because he doesn't have the gas. He's going for 2 stalkers, and a cannon is going up. Excellent cannon placement there. That's very good. He's going to be able to get this whole ramp. Good tip there for Protoss players. 2 gateways here and then a cannon right there. Very good position. He is attacking these destructible rocks, which is good, so he can open up to that natural expansion. Over here, I'm finally producing drones. As we can see on the income tab, I'm far, far behind him with only 18 harvesters to his 24. This is also really going to show up when he finally expands to this. When he makes this expansion, he'll be able to move harvesters down, while I will not. He is still chrono boosting probes out, while I am just sitting here not doing anything, sitting on 64 energy. I'm warping in 2 gateways and a robotics bay. I'm going to try and get an observer out and follow that up with a Colossus or an Immortal. I love Colossus and I love Immortals. So 2 warp gates there. I do have my first sentry out, and they're going to come over and try and take down my destructible rocks so that I can expand to this position. I do have the scout tower up at the same time that he was bringing me, but I got the first hit in, so I'm going to kill him. But no, he will run away to fight another day. So we do see that this nexus is going up, a pylon going up here. Always good to get some power up there. And we do see that he has his first observer out. Nothing else coming from that observatory. From that robotics bay yet. We do see that charge is being researched. Excellent research. Everyone should always get charge. Unless you're going all stalkers or something. If you're going to be using zealots, though, you should really always get charge. So I did build this warp prism. I was going to try and do some warp prism action, get in behind the backfield here, but we will see how that turns out. So I warped in 3 zealots and a sentry. I got a sentry so that I could drop force fields in there, but unfortunately he has this cannon here, and I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to sneak by, and so I think I just turn around. He has units up there, so I just turned around and came home. And I really should have tried harder for that harassment. I should have flown up this way and come in. I could have totally hit that. I can't believe I didn't see that. Look at all that damage I could have done. Throw it on a force field here and here, or maybe 2 at each, and you can warp in additional sentries if you want to, and you can do major damage. So I'm warping in a second robotics bay along with a what is this? I'm warping in a robotics bay along with a robotics facility so that I can start producing Colossus. So right here I could have pushed and done a good bit of damage because he really does not have that much up. He only has a few units. I really should have pushed right then, but I didn't, and that is my mistake and my fail. I thought that I was behind because I didn't have this Nexus up, and he did, but what I should have realized is that he just got that up, and I should have charged. But I did not. I'm going to speed this up again because I do like to get all of my casts off in one cast. I did, and so I run in there and micro it down. Yay, cool me. And so I do have 2 Colossus coming out, but is that going to be able to pay off? Since he's resourcing almost 3 times as much as I am right now, I really will have to push really soon. It's probably actually too late already. He has 2 Void Rays coming out, which of course are very good against Colossus. So my second Colossus is out, and I'm not pushing, mining out at my main as he is at his. And so he saw that phase prism, and he doesn't want any action in the backfield, so he is warping in some cannons, which will completely stop all phase prism action, pretty much, unless I warp in over here and then run over there. But so I am pushing out on the map right now, trying to take some ground control here. I'm going to slow this down. And there could be an engagement. That is a lot of Zealots, though, and a lot of Stalkers, 4 Void Rays. He does have a pretty good-sized army, and he does have a lot of Warp Gates to run more units off of. If I switch this over to the Unit tab, we can see he's got... Oh, let me slow this down. So he started to engage and decided to run. He's got more units than I do of everything on the ground. He hallucinated 2 Colossus, but I do have an Observer there, so I can see that. So I tell my units to charge. My Zealots are going to be able to make a good front line, but unfortunately that Immortal got stuck in there with some of those Zealots and maybe taken down. My Colossus are doing terrible, terrible damage to his guys. And of course, I do know that his are faked, so the only damage being done on them right now is splash damage. But he is moving in with 4 Void Rays, which is a big problem because I don't have any anti-air. So rather than try and defend my base, I decided to do a base swap and just charge him and try and take out everything that he's got. I just figured I would push in and destroy everything that he had. I figured that I just destroyed his entire army. Unfortunately, he has a good deal of Zealots, and he's warping in a lot more Stalkers. He's got 6 gateways. So I'm pushing in. I'm going to take down that cannon. He is macroing up his force, and he'll be able to macro up a lot more than I will because his income is double that of mine. And his Void Rays are, of course, taking out my Warp Gates. A very good choice, though I think I would have probably taken out the Nexus first. 2 of his Warp Gates I'm pushing in, but he's got a good-sized force here, and he's warping in a bunch more Zealots, and including some Dark Templar. Of course, I do have an Observer, but that's all the way across here on the map, and I did leave it behind. His units will charge, and that will be the end of my force. I've got nothing that can stop this. And of course, Templars, which will do massive damage to my units. Dark Templars doing a very impressive 55 damage with those 2 weapons upgrades, and all of my troops will fall. And that is effectively GG. I'm just going to speed this up. So right now what happened is we're talking on vent. So we talked for a little while, but I called a GG here because there's really nothing. I tried to take this expansion, just got it up so I'm not being revealed. Put these guys in the backfield to try and do some damage, but he's got, he has armor. Oh wait, no, he does not have armor rates. But he's just got too much here, and I can't stop him, so I called a GG here in just a minute. So here we saw that I did not push. I wasn't on my gameplay. I wasn't building probes, and I just was not playing well at all. Overall, I just needed to play better. I needed to build more probes, needed to expand faster, and I needed to push when I had the advantage. So I did GG there. That was not a rage quit. We were talking, and I called the GG. So good ladder game. I'll be casting another one in my second ladder game, where I face off with the #1 player in the ladder, Diamond Astar Wolf.